This video will be explaining concept 7 number 4, and our equation is cosine of x divided by 2 is minus sine of x is equal to 0. So basically we can see that there's a half angle right here, the half angle of cosine, so we can substitute that with the formula, which is 1 plus or minus square root of 1 plus cosine x over 2 and minus sine of x equal to 0. And now the best thing we could do is just add sine x to both sides, so we're left with the square root 1 plus cosine x over 2 is equal to sine of x. By adding cosine to both sides, sine of x to both sides, it allows us to square both sides to get rid of the square root. So now we have 1 plus cosine x over 2 is equal to sine squared x. And based on our Pythagorean identities, we know that sine squared x is equal to 1 minus cosine squared x is equal to 1 plus cosine x over 2. And now we want to get rid of the fraction, so we're going to multiply by 2 to both sides. So we're left with 1 plus cosine x is equal to 2 minus 2 cosine squared x. And now we're going to want to make everything equal to 0. So we're going to subtract by 1, subtract cosine x, and we're going to be left with 2 cosine squared x minus cosine x minus 1 is equal to 0. And, oh, this is actually plus, sorry. By doing so, we know it's quadratic equation, so we're left with, we could just substitute a variable for a cosine. So we're 2u squared plus u minus 1 is equal to 0. And once you factor that out, it's going to equal 2u minus 1 and u plus 1 is equal to 0. And once we're going to substitute cosine back in for u, so we have 2 cosine x minus 1 and cosine x plus 1 is equal to 0. And we're just going to use the zero product property, so we're going to have over here 2 cosine x minus 1 is equal to 0, and cosine x plus 1 is equal to 0. So we're going to subtract 1 to both sides. So the cosine x of negative 1 is just 180 degrees, which is one of our answers. And over here we're going to add 1 to both sides and then divide both sides by 2. So this is going to leave us cosine x is equal to 1/2, which based on our unit circle we know it's going to be 60 degrees and 300 degrees.